Peace, peace, peace. Shalom, guys. If you can hear me, type a one in the room. If you can hear me loud and clear, type in the one in the room. Come in here and let's get it in, y'all. Come in here and let's get it in, God. Let's get it in, y'all. Let's get it in. Let me turn up some of this background. Be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Anybody was watching that debate live just now? If you was watching that debate live just now, type a one and throw some fire in the chat room, y'all. If you was watching that presentation, not debate, excuse me. If you was watching that presentation, guys, on the Killa Priest podcast, shout out to Killa Priest. Put some fires in the chat room, y'all. Put some fire emojis in the chat room if y'all was watching that presentation. Put some fire emojis in the chat room. You know, guys, one thing about me, man, is I don't tolerate disrespect on any level. And my mama always told me that that's going to be my downfall. My mama told me that that's going to be my downfall. And that might be true, but you can't change who you are and you can't help but be who you are. I really don't tolerate disrespect, y'all. I really don't. I didn't tolerate it when I was younger, and I ain't going to start now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry, right? Sorry, not sorry, y'all. I didn't tolerate disrespect when I was younger, and I'm not going to start now, guys. I'm not going to start now. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Killa Priest for allowing me to come on the show. But I just want to give you guys a recap of some of the things that we spoke on, right? So I just find it interesting that, you know, I was invited on that show to come and share information, right? Even though, and I'm going to pull it up so you guys can see it. Give me a couple seconds, y'all, because I want y'all to be able to see it. So give me a couple seconds. All right. All right, so this is where I was just at, right? So this is where I was just at. I was on the Killa Priest podcast, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I was there to present information, you know, proofs that Sumer is older. And as I'm going in presenting my proofs, the guy over here is starting to get in his feelings. He's not there to debate me. He's just there because, I don't know, he's there. That's Killa Priest's co-host, I guess. But he kept interrupting me while I was sharing information, which is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I got to be real with y'all. I don't tolerate disrespect, man. I don't. Like, he interrupted once, I said, all right. He interrupted twice, I said, all right. And he kept interrupting, so I'm like, all right, at this point, you about to get some energy from me. Yeah, he's wrong. He's wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're wrong. You about to get some energy from me. Then he was like, Zion is emotional. Yes, anger is an emotion. You were doing something that was really childish, interrupting me while I was giving a presentation, and it angered me. You see, I'm different from a lot of the people in that conscious community, y'all. I'm not the person that's going to say, oh, he's emotional. Because what the hell does that even mean? This is so stupid. Like, people throw words like emotional around like that's a bad thing. Oh, he's emotional. That's bad to be emotional? So happiness, which is an emotion, that's bad. Somebody being sad is an emotion. That's bad. That's a weakness. Somebody being angry, natural emotion, that's weakness. I mean, this is stupidity, y'all. I didn't come on Killa Priest show for that. I came to present information. The brother interrupted me, so then I shifted my attention. I said, all right, I didn't come to debate you, but since you want to contend my information, let me turn my attention to you. And he wasn't able to answer my questions. I mean, somebody tell me if I'm lying or if I'm missing something here. Was he able to answer my questions? Let me know, chat room. React. Talk to me. Was he able to answer my questions? So he wasn't able to answer my questions. He said that he's not an authority on Sumer, even though he continually interrupted me to say my information is bad. Then he said he's an authority on Kemet. So I asked him a basic question that any authority on Kemet should know. What's the oldest written document or item in Kemet that we can find writing on? He said he didn't know. So that means you're not an authority. So you're not an authority on Kemet, and you're not an authority on Sumer, but you keep butting in my conversation on Sumer and Kemet to tell me I'm wrong. Somebody make it make sense. Is it me, y'all, or was it them? Somebody make it make sense. This is why I say, y'all got to support what I do, because y'all don't understand what I have to go through. Like, this is a bunch of grown men that are just so silly, y'all. So silly. This is why I say, for our community, the Israelite community, to support what I'm doing as much as you can. Because look at the idiocracy I have to deal with. Look at the idiocracy I have to deal with. Here's a brother that calls himself Asar Imhotep. He used to be part of ISCPK years ago. He found the light. He realized their information was bad, and he left them. But he went to Egypt, and now he's in West Africa and Egypt, let's say. I have some of his books right on my bookshelf. I tell people in the classes, go get Asar Imhotep's books. I show you what the book is. I tell you he wrote it. I tell you he's a scholar I rate. He's in the chat room talking about, don't listen to Zion. Why does anybody take Zion seriously? Do y'all understand the shit I got to go through, y'all? Like, this is crazy. And the whole time that this is happening, there's Israelites talking about me too. This is why I say, guys, it takes a community to support what I'm doing. Because if it's just me alone, guys, this ain't worth it. It's kind of corny, y'all. It really is kind of corny, man. It's kind of corny when you see a bunch of grown men act so much in their feelings over one guy. I'm just one guy. Why so many people jumping out the window to have an issue with me? And I'm emotional? Damn, y'all coming out y'all panties to talk about me. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. I'm on that channel, and I'm going in and I'm putting in work, right? And I want to keep it real with y'all, right? Shout out to Yosef Ben Israel. I'm looking for those Israelites in the chat room. I'm like, when I be going live, there'd be like 100 and something Israelites in there talking about, yay, Zion, go, Zion. But when I go on other platforms and I start debating, them same Israelites that be on my channel, they be on there, but they be silent. I'm looking in the chat room. I'm like, wait, so nobody from my class gonna get on their keyboard and say, nah, that's my teacher, y'all wildin'. So y'all understand what I go through? Like, to do this right here, guys, ain't easy. Like, there's people that will come here and show me love and support, but when I go on another channel to represent us, because I'm just there representing us, when I go on another channel to represent us, the same people that be on this platform all the time, they on that channel, but they not saying nothing. But shout out to those of you who were watching live and supporting and saying, nah, don't do that. Zion is not that. Don't do that. Shout out to y'all, because y'all are the real deal. What y'all prove to me is something called loyalty. And that's something that goes a long way, y'all. I could definitely respect that. That's something that goes a very long way, and I can respect that. Because I'm the type of person that when I say that I got your back, I got your back. Like, I'm going to support you in public. I'm going to support you in private. I'm going to support you no matter what. That's just who I am, y'all. So y'all should already know this is about to turn into a fire presentation tomorrow, right? I wasn't planning on going into a presentation tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna have to do it. But what I want to say to you guys is this, man. Shalom, Malak. Shalom, Malak. Thank you, brother. Thank you. What I want to say to you guys is we definitely gonna come back and do this again. But I'm glad that you guys got to see this happen, those of you who watch live, because what you got to see is they cannot deal with the information. Notice how he just said I was wrong, but couldn't prove it. Remember, he first said, that's wrong, Zion, because the pyramids in Nubia is older. Yeah? So what was my response, y'all? What did I say when he said that? I said, show me one period in Nubia that's older than the pyramids of Egypt and older than the pyramids in Mesopotamia. All you got to do is show me one. You said that there are several, and all I'm asking you to do is to show me one. He couldn't show a single one. Do y'all see why I got to step back and be like, yo, like this is what y'all want me to do? Like this is what y'all want me to do? Like this what I'm like Killa Priest, shout out to you, but my time is precious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want everybody to know, like, I got a whole family, bro. I got a whole family. So when I take myself from my family time, which is time that I don't really have much of to begin with, because I'm doing so much during the day, you know, you expect a certain level of respect. Like, this is crazy, y'all, but I'm definitely gonna go on my platform tomorrow, and I'm definitely gonna go in with the information tomorrow, y'all. So definitely look out for that, y'all. I'm gonna go in live on that information. I'm gonna also have a I'm gonna definitely also have a nice bill with Killa Priest. I'm gonna definitely have a nice bill with Killa Priest, and shout out to Killa Priest because he corrected the brother several times. I gotta say that. I gotta put that on the record. Killa Priest was like, nah, man, that brother was out of pocket. Killa Priest told him, he said, you wrong, man. Killa Priest told him, he said, you wrong. He said, you know, you did in fact, thank you very much, Yakai. I appreciate that, Aki. Thank you very much, man. That was dope of you. Thank you very much for your support, Yakai. Much appreciated, Aki. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. If you're in the comment board right now, man, comment your name so I can put you up on the screen, man. But I know you also a humble brother, and you just do things out of your heart, man. But thank you very much for your support, brother. Definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. So, yeah, guys, as you guys can see, for some of y'all, you see, some of y'all, this might be your first time seeing me on another platform. So y'all get to see how much hate I get. And I mean, you just got to ask yourself a question. If before Zion Lexx even shares information, they come with all this hate, then y'all should figure out what's going on here. Like, they going to turn around and say, I'm emotional, even though before I present information, they going to get on their feelings and say, oh, we don't like him. Oh, he's lying Lexx, or this is crazy, y'all. But don't worry, y'all. I'm built for this, man. I really do enjoy this. And I can't wait to go to LA, you know, because that brother's going to find out that I'm a different brother, man. And the same energy I be having online is the same energy I'm going to have in person, man. So I just hope he keep the same energy in person, man. That's all I can say to him. I hope you keep the same energy, because one thing for sure about me, I'm going to have the same energy no matter where I go. No matter where I go. And I'm going to talk it like that because I walk it like that. And people in the conscious community can tell you, nah, you can say what you want about Zion, but he ain't playing about that. He keep the same energy everywhere he go. That's a fact. I show up to all the comedic debates, and all the people that be typing online, that be saying things like, I'm going to slap Zion at the next debate. You know what they do when they see me? Hey, Zion, you think we could get a picture with you? You look familiar, man. Wait, ain't you that dude that was talking about you gonna slap me when you see me at the next debate? Nah, I was just playing, Zion. I was just playing, man. Hey, man, my wife is with me, man. You're not gonna really fight me now. My wife is here. Can we just get a picture? Yo, Glacier Don, let me ask you a question, Glacier Don. Let me ask you a question. You came with me to the Comedic War Conference. Glacier Don, I put you up on the Summer Jam screen. I put your name up there. You came with me to the Comedic War Conference a couple years ago. You actually got on stage with me. I'm going to ask you one question, brother. When I walked in that war conference with all them Kemet people, did I keep the same energy in front of them that I have online? I just want you to talk your truth. I don't know what you're going to say. Say whatever you want. Just make sure you say the truth. Did I keep the same energy? Also, I want you to bear witness. I want you to tell them how many people from the Kemetic community was coming up and asking you if you could hold a camera so they could take pictures with me. Right or wrong? Let the people know. How many people in the Kemetic community was like, yo, that's Zion is your man? Yo, could you take a picture of me and Zion? Is that the truth or no? Because a lot of people don't know this. This is behind the scenes information. But you was with me, so you could bear witness. By the way, Glacier, I don't know what you're doing, man, but if you want the live link, I'll bring you on live, man. If you want the live link, you're right. They wanted so many pictures that we couldn't even leave. We trying to make it out the door, and mad people is putting cameras. Yo, let me get your picture. And I'm looking, I'm like, this dude look familiar. This dude look familiar. This dude look familiar. Wait, you, and y'all all said y'all gonna slap me when y'all see me. Now y'all got your phones out. Y'all want to take pictures? Guys, I'm not used to this kind of energy. I'm not used to people saying they're gonna do something and do the exact opposite. This is weird to me, y'all. This is weird to me. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the link, man. There you go. I'm gonna email it to you. Put your email in the chat room, and make sure you go through what it's called, Google Chrome. When you get the link, make sure you open it up in Google Chrome, because that's how our StreamYard works. You won't be able to come on the platform unless you open it through Google Chrome. So if you don't have that on your phone, you could download it real quick. But I'm gonna send you the link right now. Just put your email in the chat room so I can send it to you right now. Got you. All right, emailing it to you right now. Just give me a couple seconds, y'all. I'm gonna bring this brother on. I've been trying to bring him on for a minute now. Been wanting to bring him on for a minute now. So let's get it in, man. All right, I sent you the link, man. You should be seeing it just now. I just sent you the link. I just sent you the link, man. You should be seeing it just now. Just sent you the link. You should be seeing it just now. As soon as you come on, I'm gonna add you to the stream and we're gonna get it in, man. As soon as you come on, I'm gonna add you to the screen and we're gonna get it in, man. We're gonna get it in. Shout out to everybody showing love, man. We trying to share information, and these dudes over here ego tripping. Like, damn, if somebody presenting information and you disagree with them, at least wait till they finish, man. Even I had to say to myself, yo, you know what, man? When know what I'm saying? When Reggie was doing his tour, Reggie said, Zion, you know, you keep butting in and this is my tour. And the only reason why I felt compelled to butt in is because I was invited to the tour to speak. So I thought that's what I was invited to do. I knew it was Reggie's tour, but they invited me to speak. So I thought I had a right to speak. But when Reggie acknowledged several times that he thought it was rude, y'all could see me right on camera say, all right, you know what, Reggie, my apologies. It is your tour. Go ahead, brother. I'm a stay in the museum. I'm going to wait till your tour is over. And if you want to, at the end of your tour, I'll walk through the whole museum with you again and challenge some of the information. And they said, yeah. But y'all know they didn't call me, right? They never called me. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, all right. Shalom, Op.
Yeah, what's shalom, what's good, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. The people can see you, man. You live. You live right now, man.
Word. Peace to my bro.
Tell the
Peace
people.
to the whole chat.
That's right, man. Tell the family something about yourself, man. Introduce yourself to the community, Glacier Don.
All right, this is your boy Glacier Don. I've been in this way of life for a long time now. Right around the time that I met Lexx, I had just started learning a whole lot more. I learned a lot through him, and the things that I didn't even learn from him, he just put so much how can I say it? He just gives so much details. Like I might knew some things, like the skeleton version of some things, but he just put the proper ingredients in everything, and it just takes you to a higher level. So that's my God, and I'm gonna always hold him down, like no matter what. And that's just what it is.
Salute to you for that, man. You know, 10 toes down to the ground. You know, I never acted funny style with you in my life ever because the one thing I always respect is loyalty. And I said, yo, when I asked you that day at the World Conference, I said, brother, would you join the stage with me, man? I said, you know, I came for Dolo, and I want the people to see that we got Israelites that stick together. I want you to join the stage. And you said, man, you ain't got to say it twice, brother. I'm with you. And you stood there the
That's
whole
true
time and
story.
you helped me down, man. And I respect that. And we walked through the whole length and breadth of it, even debated a couple dudes on the side, had some fun.
That's
But the
true.
same energy that I keep online is the same energy in person. Did I act? Was I quiet? Like, nah, I'm not gonna talk that same shit. Or was I mean, what we doing?
Yo,
You know?
everything Lex is saying is right and exact. It's true. When we walked in, the whole building like turned around and like looked at us. Like they were like they was in shock that we was there
Facts.
and whatnot.
Facts.
And we walked through there, and they just opened up. It was like a sea of people. We just walked right through them, started talking to whomever, trying to get everything set up and whatnot. But yo, they was all over him. They were
Yep.
all over him. Like we couldn't get nothing done because they just kept running up to him, asking for pictures, trying to talk about different information. I'm like, he's here for a reason. Like, let him get his stuff together so he can hit the stage and whatnot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, they was all over us. They was all over him, you know, and they was asking me to hold cameras and take pictures for them. People who you think hate Zion, I can tell you that for a fact. People who y'all think really dislike Zion, like they truly are fans. And I saw it that day. I saw it that day. Some of these people that's saying some of the most wildish, outlandish stuff. Yo, I'm gonna keep the street talk to a minimum, but yeah, they jock ride, definitely.
Fact. Fact. And you're not lying, man. You're not lying. So, you know, that's why I always say I find that community to be very weird, man, because they'll say so much crazy stuff online, but when you see them in person, it's like not only do they not say you crazy, but they like, yo, I respect your scholarship. And I'll be like, yo, but you were saying I was pseudo online. Nah, I was just playing, Lex. I respect you, man. Yo, you deep. Yo, can I get a picture? I'm like, yo, these dudes is weirdos, man. Like, what's the hell is that about, man? I'm gonna recap this real quick, man. Glacier, I'm gonna play the footage when we was on the big screen. I want the people to see that you was with me. All right.
I
All right. I'm gonna find the video right now. Pull it up. I want people to see that what we talking ain't no joke. We talking the truth, man. I'm in my video section on YouTube right now, and I'm just gearing up to pull everything out. Let me get rid of some of the stuff in my background, so this could be a smooth transition. And yeah, we're gonna have fun with this, man. I don't know how much time you have, but as long as you want to stay, you could stay, man. And whenever you need to go, you can go, man. But I've been speaking to you behind the scenes for a long time now, and I actually told you recently that I wanted you to join in the show even before this.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely
You know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's
Hell
so
yeah,
true.
man.
Yo, I
Hell
remember
yeah.
Red and Blue Pill. They was there. They
Yep.
stopped us at the door. All type of dudes.
That's
A lot
right.
of people
That's
was
right.
there. You know what I'm saying? That brought
That's right.
everybody out. Everybody came out.
Let me just say this, y'all. What he's saying right now is no cap. And shout out to Red Pill and Blue Pill, because they always been solid. They never acted funny to me. So that much I could give them respect for. They always been solid when it came to me and my name. But he's definitely not lying, y'all. No cap. When we walked in the building, all eyes was on us. They was looking like, yo, this nigga really here? Like,
That's a fact. And
fact?
then it got, they was jocking us. They from head to toe, like everything we had on. They was critiquing everything about us,
You ain't
everything about
lying.
us.
You
Red
ain't
pill and
lying.
blue pill, like, oh nah, they ain't like the mother Hebrews. They ain't like the mother
Yep.
Hebrews. I was like, huh? He was like, they was complimenting us on everything, on everything. We
Everything.
was just rocking, showing out for the Israelites. We was just
Yep.
chilling. We didn't know it was gonna be all like that. But it
Fact,
was
man.
though. It was crazy.
Fact, man. A brother in the chat room said, people think that because you are Israelite, because you believe in the Bible, you're supposed to be soft. He right. Hell no, man. And that's the thing that gets me. People will say to me, yo, Zion, man, you believe in the Bible, like you gotta chill. So wait. So because I believe in the Bible, when you get disrespectful, I'm supposed to be soft and quiet? Nah. Because I believe in the Bible, I'm gonna smack the out of you. What's wrong? King David,
Exactly.
King David wasn't no pushover. You act crazy in front of David. What you think was going to happen? We are our ancestors.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
definitely a fact.
I wasn't capping when I said what I said to dude just now. I said, yo, where I come from, when you act crazy, we just gonna get crazier. When you say something rude, we gonna say something more reckless. That's just how we build. And that's really, to be honest, that's our people, no matter where you find them, to be honest. But all I can speak of is where I'm from. So that's why I mentioned where I'm from, because I can only speak of my experience. But I am aware that no matter where you find our people, that's how we keep it. Right? So the point of me bringing that to the brother is to say to him, yo, like, you know, this is how black people are. Like, if you give us bad energy, you're going to get bad energy.
Right. Right. That's a fact. Yeah, you a man just like he is.
Yeah.
And
Come
you know
on,
what
man.
else though? But think about this, Lex. Think about when Tahuti was up there. How come it wasn't live like that? Like you come up there to
Mm.
do a straight presentation, and the dudes, they was acting wild from the very beginning. That the haters in the
Mm.
chat room, they didn't really know. They wasn't even saying anything intelligent. They just running their mouth, popping shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? Disrupting your whole show and whatnot. Like that was kind of crazy to me. So who he was up there, they didn't have nothing to say. It was all quiet or whatever have you. But then they just couldn't let you. They didn't even want to let you get your information out. You got dude trying to give a. He's jumping in over you and don't know the information. Like how are you
Fact.
saying that you don't agree and you don't even know the information to disagree with it?
Exactly. And that's why I found what he was doing so disrespectful, because if he was disagreeing because he can prove that I'm wrong, then yeah, all right, then jump in and do what you got to do. But he talking about, oh, you might have to turn down your background because you're getting a lot of echo. Just put your background down, your TV. But yeah, I found what he was doing to be very disrespectful, because I thought at least when people disagree, They're supposed to disagree from a place of knowledge. Like, in other words, you know what I'm saying is wrong, and you can prove what I'm saying is wrong. That's the main point, that you can prove what I'm saying is wrong. But if you can't prove what I'm saying is wrong, but you still shouting I'm wrong, then you being a troll right now. Isn't that the definition of a troll?
Exactly. And then he don't want to debate. Oh, I don't debate, but he know the information better than you, but he don't want to debate you on it. Like, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Come on,
This
man.
is this is weirdo stuff to me, man. That's why I really feel like there are a lot of weirdos in the unconscious community, man. There's a lot of weirdos, man. There's a lot of people who saying they solid and they not solid. When you check their temperature, they not solid dudes. And sad to say, some of them dudes is even Israelites, man. I gotta tell you to keep it real, man.
Yeah,
Some
that's a
of them
fact.
dudes is Israelites, man. Like, since we keeping it real, you got a dude named Captain Tazariak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go in right now, because I be quiet because I'm really a stand-up brother, right? But let me go in for a moment and just say this to y'all, right? You got a dude that called himself Captain Tazariak, right? That never really liked me because I did a debate years ago with Priest Daniela, um, Divine Prospect, and Brother Hashar, New Testament versus Old Testament. And that debate kind of polarized the community. A lot of us had beef for years. Me and Daniela squashed it. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Hashar still don't talk to me. Divine Prospect was cool with me throughout the whole thing, regardless of our differences. You know what I'm saying? But me and Priest Daniela are in a powerful space. But ever since that day, Tazariak felt the way. So, you know me, I don't care if he feel away, because what the hell he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not polite. You gonna say that polite crossed the line, and yeah, because polite's a punk, he ain't gonna cross it. But Captain Tazariak, I keep telling you this. I tell you this in your face, and I tell you this on the phone, and I tell you this in person. The moment you invite me to cross the line, I'm gonna pick up the barricade and bust you over your head with it. I'm not polite. I told you, you play that cross the line shit with me, you're gonna need a whole new slogan, because I'm gonna pick up the barricade and bust you in your face with it. I'm not polite. I'm different, yo. I'm different. So you got a dude named Captain Tazariak that talks brotherhood, but for him, the word brotherhood, the definition is ISUPK. If you're not an ISUPK, he don't really rock with you like that. And that's cool. If you think like that, if you feel like that, that's cool. But don't call me and act like we brothers. And then when I say things to him like, yo, Captain Tazariak, man, we fallen into a trap, brother. When Sonata calls us and asks us to debate, it's his job as a debate league and as a platform to instigate and cause controversy, so that controversy could turn into sales on his platform. I get it. I ain't mad at Sonata. Sonata don't tell you he followed Ma'at. He don't tell you he followed Torah. So how I look getting mad at Sonata for moving like that? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But to Captain Tazariak, he says he follows Torah. So he'll be on the phone with me, just me and him behind the scenes, and I'll always say to him, yo, we shouldn't be debating each other because we got a bigger enemy. Like, there's a whole community attacking the Bible, and here we are feeding into our egos by allowing Sonata to jump in our ear and create confusion. And I'll always be the one to be like, yo, like that's dumb. Like, that's not intelligent. And he'll always agree. But then somebody will tell me a couple days later, go to this video on Sonata's channel. What video? The video that Tazariak is talking about you. I'm like, what? I go to the channel, and Tazariak is on the video saying, yeah, Zion called me saying he want peace. He don't want no smoke with me. And I'm like, yo, dude, wasn't you just on the phone with me agreeing that we shouldn't be debating as Israelites because we have a bigger enemy? But you go back on Sonata's platform and say Zion want peace, he don't want the smoke. Tazariak, I will bust you over the head with that line you asked polite to cross. Don't play with me. Yo, these dudes is weirdos, man.
Wow.
These dudes is weirdos, man. I'm telling y'all. Like, these are things that I don't talk about because I'm really honorable about wanting to have unity. There's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes, y'all, among Israelites that I don't bring to the public because I don't want y'all to see it. But yo, y'all, enough is enough. Some of y'all favorite heroes is super fake. If I go into all the stories and call some of the names, y'all gonna be like, him too? Yeah, him too. Fake is, listen. I'm telling y'all, man. So, yo, man.
Yo, Lex,
know,
bro,
man.
I could tell you some things that you don't know. Some things that happen with some people behind that behind the sit down that you had with Divine and them. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened after that. And I ain't gonna front. Like there was a time where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Sarnetta and blow this up now. But I decided, I'm gonna tell you why I ain't do it. I ain't do it because of you, bro. Because I see the work that you're doing. I know exactly what you're trying to do. I know what you're doing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything to make it even look like in any type of way that I'm trying to, cause trouble or stop you from doing that message. But it's some other dudes, some Israelites that are super foul. Super foul. They did something you're not even gonna believe that they did. It's gonna be your jaw gonna drop, and I'm gonna tell you behind the scenes. But it's crazy, bro. And it's like what it is. What I see is that the truth kills these people so much, and it's the comedics and the quote unquote Israelites. The truth killing them because they don't want to stop whatever wicked things they're doing. They don't want to stop that. They know what you're saying is the truth, bro. They know what you're saying is the truth. Both camps, both crews, both divisions. They know what you're saying is the truth. That's why they come so hard against you because they don't want to have to follow the Torah for real. They don't want to have to learn none of that. That's why you're gonna still have these people gonna try to bring up stuff about the Talmud. I saw Jeremiah Judah in there.
Right.
Saying craziness. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he's not on your level. He ain't on my level.
Right. Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors. I seen it. I peeped it. You know what I'm saying? I peeped it. You know, the thing that I always find interesting in our community, right, is we actually have a law that says you can't hate your brother. There's a lot of people that, like, I guess they don't read even English because you don't even got to know Hebrew to get the truth out of that. The Torah said you should not hate your brother in your heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact that there's people in the Israelite community, brother, and I got to tell you, man, at times this is hurtful to say, but there's people in the Israelite community, brother, that I know for a fact peace me, say what's up to me, and really hate me, bro.
I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that. Because that's what the problem is. That's really the core of it. And I believe I told you this way back in the day when we was talking.
You did. Nah, you definitely did, man.
And that's what
if I could admit something to you, right? I'm gonna keep it all the way real. When you said it, I blocked it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna feed into that. I said, nah, I'm not. At one point, I saw you type it, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep them on. I'm not even gonna read it, man, because I'm being honest. I was trying my best not to get back in that space where the community was so divided. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, I can't. I knew you was right. But I'm like, I can't even read it because you know me. One thing about me, you know I'm a react. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I know if I read it, I'm gonna go crazy. I know if I read it, and that's probably part of the reason why you ain't tell me. Because that's
why, it's a fact. It's a fact. That's why I keep things to a minimum because some people try to paint it like, oh, you're trying to be a troublemaker. But these dudes is fake. These guys are fake. And they not really with this. For some of these Israelites, this is church. Just with an Israelite name.
Yeah.
People want money and people want females.
Mm.
And they want to use this as a conduit for that.
You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. By the way, y'all, we're gonna make this live different. If anybody wants the link, put your email in the chat room. I'm gonna let you join the live right now. I don't do this often because you never know which Israelite is crazy. You got a lot of crazy Israelites out there. Just because somebody got an Israelite name on YouTube, don't mean when they come on here they're gonna be solid. But I'm gonna try this once. If anybody want to come on here, put your email in the chat room. I'm gonna let you slide in. You could come on and come on here live, y'all. Put your email in, and I'm gonna email you the link. Anybody want to come on? But I just ask, if you crazy and you know you crazy, don't come on here, man, because we ain't gonna play with you. We ain't gonna play with you, bro. I'm just letting y'all know, if we slide you the link and you come on here acting crazy, just know you're gonna get cursed out in a wicked way. Like, we gonna go in on your ass.
Hey, yo, Lex, I don't know if it's on my end, but your voice started sounding staticky.
How about now? A little better?
All right, it's good now.
Okay, yeah. I got headphones on, so if I switch too much, you could switch up the sound, man. But yeah, man. Anybody that wants to, Derek Ford 61 at yahoo.com say he wants the link. So let me also say this, guys. If you coming on, you got to show your face because people don't want to look at no pictures. All right. So as you put your email on there, I want you to also put in parentheses face. Write the word face. That's going to let me know that you're going to show your face because I don't want people talking to no picture. And we also want to know who the hell you are.
Yeah, because they be hiding.
Because they be hiding, man. They be hiding. So you only going to get the link, guys, if you come on and you show your face. So make sure you're going to show your face. So if there's anybody willing to come on live, you're welcome to come on, but make sure you show your face. So put your email and write face in the chat room. That way I know you're going to show your face. Put your email and write the word face next to it. That way I know you're going to show your face. And I'll let you right on in. With that being said, man, this is an interesting community, brother, man. Like, I won't lie to you, man. For 20 plus years, I was only known in my community. Oh, let me take this brother right here. All right, his name is. Oh, I know you solid. Yeah. Oh, you definitely coming in. You definitely coming in. TrueFlixNetwork at gmail.com. Yeah, you definitely coming in. I know you solid. TrueFlix at Netflix. TrueFlixNetwork at gmail.com. Just give me a second, Ark. I'm gonna pull some people in here. Got some solid people about to come in.
Cool.
In the meantime, man, you can share whatever you want to say to the people, man. It's your platform right now, man. Go in, say whatever you want to say, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I just want you to keep doing your thing. Like, I know they can get you upset and rattled with all the fake stuff that they doing. They come at you harder than they come at anybody I ever seen before. Period. And you be taking it. And like, they try to, like, when you react to them, they try to act like, oh, you getting emotional, like you stated earlier. But we know better than that. You're killing them with the information, bro. And just keep right on doing that. And I just hope the Most High keep blessing you. And I must be here to support. Period. I'm gonna be here to support.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that big time, man. Appreciate that big time, man. Because there's very few people that support what I do for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, money is one thing that's good because that keeps me on the lives. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me on the lives, but the support that I'm talking about is just being a brother or just being a sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the support I'm talking about. So I'm not asking nobody to do anything crazy when I say support me. Like, I'm asking that you keep the same energy that I keep, because when I come out and I do these lives, it's, as it's to defend our community. And then
Exactly.
the weirdest thing about that is I'm doing lives to defend the Israelite community, while Israelites are simultaneously doing a live to talk about me.
That's a fact.
And that's the weirdo shit I don't understand. Like it's really weird to me. Like I honestly don't understand it.
And look, just look what happened. You took pity on dude. You took up a fight that wasn't even ours.
Fact. Oh man, I did that several times.
True story.
Several times, man.
None of them, a lot of them, they're not saying nothing. And like, and it's them who Sarnetta and the comedic community be getting that for the most part. It ain't even really us. And you became their champion.
Yep. You ain't lying, man.
It's all facts. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's why I'm right here, bro. Because I seen all of that. And you know me, I'ma always call a spade, even if I say it under my breath.
Nah, to keep it all the way real, there's been times that you reach out to me to say, hey, Zion, I disagree with that shit right there. All facts. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get in my feelings and say, you disagree with me? Then fuck you. I ain't do that because I understand that we're not going to always agree. But what's weird to me about, the other people is that me and you could deal with a disagreement like, okay, this is what Zion rocks with, but just because Zion rock with it don't mean I got to agree with it. And likewise, just because you might believe something don't mean I got to agree with it, but it doesn't take away from my love and respect for you.
Right. Which is why the thing is, though, I keep the door open. Like, I'm not going to, totally agree. I'll tell you what my understanding is, and you tell me if you think it's right or wrong. And then I listen to you, and then I go back. That's it. I listen. You give me the info, and I study that, and then it's all peace. You know what I'm saying? And we always be aligned mentally and emotionally. That's how I know how to mess with you.
Yep. That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, man. Let me see who else trying to get in here. I sent out the email to a couple people. Let me see who else trying to get in here. Guys, check your emails because if you put up there that you want to come in, I already sent out the email with the appropriate link so you could jump right in. Right? I sent the emails, guys. So check your emails, y'all. If you want to come in, check y'all emails. All right. Respect the bands. Check your email in a couple seconds because I'm hitting you right now.
Yo, right when I left, that dude in Goldie called in over there. He was going on some type of foolish rant.
Yeah. These dudes be obsessed with me, man. Like, I don't even be thinking about them like that, man. Like, in Goldie, like, dude, every time I debate you, you don't do well. Like, the only time you do well is when you're in a platform that I'm not on. When you're talking to, like Garfield will talk so much about me on his channel or Sarnetta's channel. But when we actually have a live face-to-face, he always does horrible. But he be looking
agreeing with you and all type of shit.
Yeah, he be looking nice when I'm not in the building. But when I'm there, he don't be doing too well. Where I'm from, I got a little boxing in my background. That's called shadow boxing.
Right.
Everybody look like they can fight when they shadow boxing by themselves in the mirror. We only gonna know if you can fight when an opponent get in the ring with you. Bro, these dudes is weird, man.
Yo, Garfield is exactly what you say he is. And I said it from the beginning. Like, he's a fan and you're his conscience. You his conscience, bro. That's why he keep messing with you, because he know dealing and all that comedic stuff, and he already know that's not what it is. He's a confused dude too. He's a confused dude. When he first started coming around, before he got the Sarnetta, when everything was about the little Facebook groups, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
all the little Facebook groups and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He revealed his hand then. I knew he was a clown then. I clowned him to his face then because I knew that he wasn't on the level. Them
That's right.
dudes like that, you gotta back them down. As soon as you start asking them questions, have you noticed that everything always get crazy when you start asking them questions?
Yep.
That's what I did with Garfield. I just flipped it on him, asked him some of the same questions that he be asking the Christian Israelites, and he couldn't take it. He started talking about how he worshiped it was some Ethiopian god, because I was like, you always questioning us, but what do you believe in exactly? And I got the receipts on that too. I'm gonna have to go to my old laptop and find that just for Garfield.
Have some fun, man. Let me take some time to introduce my brother Mikha'EL from the Truthless Network. Shout out to you, Aki.
All right.
Peace, family. What's good with you?
How
All right,
you
Shalom,
doing,
bro.
man? Now, I know that you known in your circle, but I would like you to formally introduce yourself to the Zion Lexx platform, brother. Let us know who you are and what you do, brother.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I appreciate you, my brother, for doing this, man. This is beautiful, man. And everything that you do, trust me, the Most High is definitely on your side, bro. I can see it. Everything you do, though, I see it. Um, for myself, man, like I'm new to this walk, you know what I'm saying, like within the past couple of years. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't have that longevity like you know what I'm saying? So, but the passion, you know what I'm saying, is there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm from the film, you know what I'm saying, community. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm just here to, you know what I'm saying, use my gift, you know what I'm saying, to spread the Most High word, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm here, dog, you know what I'm saying, learning, you know what I'm saying? Every day is a learning opportunity for me, you know what I'm saying? So, but again, I appreciate you.
Likewise, man. Likewise, man. We got Rob Bourne in the building from the Dagger Squad. We got Rob Bourne in the building. Rob Bourne, your mic is unmuted, brother. You can speak. But can you do us a favor? We ask that everybody show their face. Can you show your face right now or no?
You know I'm not. I'm stepping out right now. I'm gonna put it on. But you know I'm not Dagger Squad. Don't do that.
Oh, no. I don't know, Rob Bourne. So clarify it for me, because I honestly don't know.
Yes, you do, fam. You know my channel is MBK. We
Nah,
changed the.
let me just get one thing straight. If I tell you I don't, brother, I'm solid. That means I don't. So that means if I'm asking you to clarify, it's because I don't.
Okay. So you never seen none of my presentations, none of my stuff nowhere.
I've seen you rep NBK, but I didn't know that that's your stuff exclusively. You now telling me this. I didn't know that that's you exclusively. That's why I said, let us know what you about.
Yeah, and you know the history, so we don't have to go through that. you know everything now. So yeah.
All right. So go
I'm
ahead.
just coming through. You know what I'm saying? I don't like I like the pull up sessions. I don't like the when people be talking and then they don't put the link in the chat. That shit is kind of crazy. But that ain't my platform. So I'm here. I just wanted to say what up to you, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it, man. So did you watch that bill just now?
The Killa Priest one? No, I didn't see it. Because I
Okay.
see a lady. I see something with a lady on it.
All right, let me ask you a question, man, because this is a rare moment on my platform. You're a person that does not agree, with the Bible. You think it's not real. You think none of its characters existed. More importantly, you think it's an irrelevant topic. So, I want to give you the opportunity to share with us, why do you believe that the Bible is irrelevant, and also share with us what you think we should be more focused on.
One, I would say I don't teach that all things in the Bible is fake because
All right.
from the King's era, that's real. You have specific things in there. I don't agree with the patriarchs. I think they are prototypes that represent something different. On our channel, which is MBK, we're the only channel. And if you watch my recent things that I'm on Side doing, I talk about the Black church. And I talk about the Black church as being the foundation of the free Black community and what Black people did as far as Freemasons. And I also talk about the original Black Hebrew Israelites in America and how they're Pan-Africanists and how they're Freemasonists, and these conversations that we have now wasn't being had then. until you see the 60s and the splits and things of that nature. But for me, historically, I look at both parts and I look at what it did to the people. And I do believe that it's a cultural eraser because once you accept this, a lot of people cut off their heritage. There's no more Shango. There's no more Muntu. There's no more none of that. You are now identifying with that as being your history. On the flip side, I look in America what we did with the book. And anyone to say anything about that, you can't call them soft because these are the revolutionaries. You got Lewis Hayden, you got David Walker, you got William Lambert. That's your Underground Railroad. You want economics, the True Reformers Bank, First Bank. All of these things that need to come together as a community. These people believed in that, but they wasn't waiting for God. They wasn't waiting for Jesus to return. They didn't have these debates. The debate was about organizing, you know. And today is a different time. Today, I don't believe. I don't know what these people are. I don't know what they are. There's a church on every corner. I don't see nothing.
Right. But I want my brothers to be able to respond to what you're saying, but I'm gonna first take a jab. Also, Rabon, you got a lot of background noise. Are you shuffling something in your hand?
Yeah, I'm moving. Let me mute my mic and tell me if you still hear it.
Okay. Nah. So yeah, it was you. We don't hear it no more.
I'm about to step out. That's what I was telling you. And then if you want me to put the thing on front of
Yeah. You're welcome to come back in. Yeah. So let me say this. Rabon said, you know, he respects the. I'm gonna mute your. Damn, what the hell is that? Rabon, what the hell is that clicking, y'all? All right, let's try this again. All right. Damn, what the fuck? Everybody mute their mic for a moment.
Now I unmuted my mic. That wasn't me, bro.
Yeah, that wasn't you. Everybody mute their mic for a moment. Yeah, that was one of y'all, fellas. That was one of y'all. All right, everybody put their mic back on. All right, I'm a
I don't know. Think it's your wired?
Trueflix, I think that might be you because I have your mic on mute right now and we don't hear it. That might be you, my brother Trueflix, because I got your mic on mute right now and we don't hear it. But we wasn't hearing it before either. So I don't know. Rabon mic is muted too. So I don't know. But we're gonna try to talk over it, y'all. We're gonna try to talk over it. I'm
gonna come back.
All right. All right, he's gonna come back. All right, so to respond to brother Rabon said that he respects the Black Church and some of the work that they did originally. He respects the early, or what he says, the original Black Hebrew Israelites, you know, the ones that were Pan-Africanists. So now you're getting somewhere because that's the community that I come from. So I'm glad that you said that because that's, you know, I've been telling people for a long time that just because somebody say they are Israelite, you know, doesn't mean that they you know, are in touch with our culture, you know, with a strong grip, because no different than somebody saying that they Kemet, that don't mean that they know everything about Kemet. Somebody that they say that they love and respect West Africa, that don't mean that they know enough or they treat it with enough respect. So I'm glad that you pointed that out. So let me ask you a question, Rabon. What about those Israelites that equally are not waiting for somebody to come and make something happen? What about those Israelites that are building communities right now because they're not waiting, who believe that they feel that we have the power to overturn our situation? How do you feel about those Israelites?
Here's it with me, bro. Anything that deals with black nationalism, which means control your economy, and you on the page of dealing with solving an issue, I'm with it. Now, when we have these conversations that we have right now, is or the Israelites in Egypt, the Exodus, that's a theology conversation. And those are the things that I disagree with. The same way that I have brothers, I'm a father son. I don't agree with everything.
And they'd be like, yo, how can you say that? Because we have something called show and prove. Prove it to me.
So, like, we not gonna all agree. Black people are not a monolith, and we're never all gonna agree. We're not theologically, but we have to agree that our only solution
Is dealing with what our ancestors did in the 1800s as black
Mm,
nationalists. So if you want to call them
mm.
Freemasons, call them spooky, call them whatever you want. Those dudes were busting their guns. Those dudes were creating your first Black Panther communities, like vigilance communities, like New York Vigilance Committee, Austin Villages, because that's where we live at, right here in New York.
So,
That's a fact.
what am I gonna say? Now,
That's a fact.
4 years ago, I wasn't privy to this. 4 years ago, I'm like, fuck the Bible, burn that shit. That should destroy my people. Then I had to backtrack because now I'm like, wait a minute, all these people I still don't agree with it. I don't believe in the God. I don't believe in none of that. Jacob, Abraham ain't got nothing to do with me. But I have to look at how do I explain the first national organization we had in America called the Negro Color Convention that ran from 1831 to 1890 that dealt with everything that we got a problem with now, from reparations to schools to defense to armies. How do I say, yeah, that didn't happen because they did? I can't do that.
Right. That's respect. That's respect, man. I think a lot of people will respect that stance. How you feel about that, Glacier Dawn? You could add to the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand where you're coming from and whatnot, but as a people, from my perspective, like we have to get cleaned up, and I know that was one of their tenets. Also, like we just can't. We're gonna all get together and do what? Beef with each other? Like we have to get right. I mean, this information has to be out there, but the thing about it, as far as the brother Rob Bourne or whatever, for us as Israelites, and especially Torah only, it's like, there's a spiritual aspect to this also, which relates to the mind and how people act and what they think about things. There's work that got to be done. And I see like different people doing certain works or whatever. Those things have to be done before we can really get together. So I would hope that a brother like Rob Bourne, that you don't limit your knowledge for the things that you say that you don't believe in. I would hope that you take a second look at some of those things.
That's a
That's
great.
what I say about that.
Let me jump on that just before Rob Bourne says something. Rob Bourne, let me ask you a question, brother. Um, what if you ever sat down with an Israelite that you might say, I don't really rock with Israelites, but I think this Israelite got some knowledge. Let me sit with him and hear his explanation. What about the possibility, Rob Bourne, of actually sitting down with an Israelite that has some knowledge on the topic and going through all their beliefs and having them, validated in front of you, and then saying, all right, you know what? I hear you. That's your thing, but I'm still not with it. Or, you know what? You said some things I never considered. Let me ask you personally about that, Rob Bourne.
Yeah, man. So you didn't know, I've been a father center since I've been 15. So that's since 1995. And I guess my background. You know where I spent most of my life. I've been around these people, and I
Right.
built with them. I didn't heard the tapes, and I'll be like, yo, what's this Esau Jacob shit? What's that? And then I got the Ben Armini book. I didn't build these brothers,
Mhm.
So when you deal with what I deal with, we're taught to study everything. So like what the brother was bringing up, I'm taking it to another level. I'm not looking at. I already knew that original, that Bible that's put before me is not right and exact. I know that it's more than 66 books because I'm like, who told you what numbers to put in this book? Okay, what's the Dead Sea Scrolls? Boom, I got those. So let me look at the Nag Hammadi records. Boom. Let me take it a little deeper. Let me go in Ethiopia. What was that Christianity like? Then I ran across the Bandolette of Righteousness. I'm like, what's this? This is translated by Budge, but what is this? What is this Coptic stuff? And when I'm looking at this, I said, what kind of Christianity is this? This shit sound like straight African shit. mixed with Christianity. They burying the dead, putting verses of the Bible on them. They doing chants. They got ambulance. I'm like, oh, where'd that go? So for me, I'm abreast to that as far as multiple different things. As far as history, historically wise, when we having that type of conversation, because I looked into it and I basically heard almost all the arguments, unless there was something brand new that was just found archaeologically that I'm not privy to, I won't. I'm not gonna bear witness to it. I will not bear witness to the patriarchs. I will not bear witness to any of that. However, if an individual, there's things in the book I agree with. I can look at the Proverbs. I can look at one of my favorite verses in the Bible. When it's a time for love, it's a time for war. I like that. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I like that I can build on. But when we always get into these conversations about this, it's always going to be a discrepancy with theology.
Always. And if someone tells me something that I don't know, I'm gonna put you on. That's why originally I asked you, let's build about Gematria. And I was like, how do you see that as changing the view of how we see the book? Because I look at that. So these are things, but I can't build about it because dudes don't know this shit. So it's like, you on the minute. I can't talk to you about the Merkaba. I can't talk to you about Jewish mysticism. Niggas don't know this shit. They're not interested. So, you know, if I do talk to somebody that's about that, then that'll be cool. But what is it that you're gonna actually convince me that this is who I am? You know, and one of the people, the group that I'm against out of all the communities is the Aboriginal community who's saying that the slave trade never happened.
And by me doing this and going back and looking at my genealogy,
And now I'm tracing my people back. I'm seeing what they called themselves. I'm seeing what churches they went through. I'm seeing their life and how they was living. And when I'm looking at this, I don't see that in my tree. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's
Let
my
me ask,
personal tree.
let me ask you a question. I'm gonna dig into some of what you're saying. Let me ask you a question. I know for a fact, right? Because I was never a 5%er, but you know, living in Brooklyn and Staten Island, especially Staten Island, the whole island was 5%ers. You know, it's Woo Borough, so everybody out on Staten Island was 5%. So when I made the transition of moving from Brooklyn to Staten Island, that was like a whole culture shock because in Brooklyn, like you had so many different faith-based ideologies, but on Staten Island, it was like you was a 5%er or you was just straight gang. So let me ask you this: being around 5%ers as I was in the early 90s, right? Like Gano Grills, I'm pretty sure you know him from Sarnetta's channel. Most of y'all might know him from a lot of Hollywood movies, but this is somebody that I know in real life before all the cameras and whatnot. And me and him used to build a lot. At the time when we were building most was in the early 90s, and he was a 5%er. And we would build upon our commonality, which is the ideation that the Asiatic black man is the father of civilization. I want to ask you this question as a 5%er: what made you buy into that idea, and why do you reject it today, if you reject it at all?
one, you know, is my background. So, you know, from the age of 14 to 25, I'm in prison. So this is what I'm around. And a kid came up to me that's my age. He started talking to me about God and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, man?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean that the black man is God? If we God, why the fuck we in here? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? So the kids started going through this stuff. And I was like, damn, this shit do kind of make sense. So, you know, he would like use like music, actual culture. He would talk about why things are the way they are, why we are here, and showing like, yo, listen, all the scriptures say that man is God. And he point out, you know, the favorite verse, Psalms 82, having I said that you're all gods were children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men. Blah, 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 and all that stuff, pulling stuff out the Quran. So this was a kid telling me this. This is a little kid. So when I'm listening to this, I'm like, damn, this shit makes sense. And then when he broke the mathematics down to me, that made sense. So at this time, we are classified as a game. You can't have your lessons. So whatever they give you, you have to learn that and throw it away. So you had to remember the history of the father. You had to. So all I had originally for 3 years was the history of the father, how it came about, my attribute, the flag, 12 Jews of Islam, and the supreme map. I never saw all those other lessons until 3 years later, until I went someplace else. So that's what I was building, and it made sense to me because everything is mathematics. Everything is dealing with sacred geometry. We talking about cells. We doing all of this as kids. We talking about this. We can't wait to go to school to talk about science, breaking down the atoms in the periodic table and making it relate to our lives. So that's what it caught me from that. Because of everything I've been through, there's no way that there's a God outside that's ever been watching over me. I could never agree with that ever because I've been through too much. And that made sense to me at that time. Now, as I got older and I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what's this Asiatic? What you mean we Asiatic, bro? What that mean? So they're like, yeah, Asia means the body, Attic is the mind. I'm like, yeah, all right, that sounds cool, but what's this word? Where does this word come from? So now when I'm looking at Egypt, I'm looking at what they call the Asiatic. They call them the miserable Asiatics. Even though they don't use that word, you know meta, but it's transliterated as Asiatic, right? So I started looking at that, and then I researched. And that's how I always been. Even though I was given this, I always was like the way I am now. Where did you get this from? Where's the first time we see the word Asiatic in history? Herodotus. Who's the person that's drawn on the Greek jar? It's a white woman. What place were they talking about? Anatolia. Okay. So then I started getting more into the history of why black people started identifying themselves as making new identities as Moors, Israelites, and multiple different things that we were doing in all across America. And what I found, not to be too long-winded, is that people took the identity on because they saw that they could get further in society. And when I look at the Moors or why they were wearing the fez, I could see in the popular culture, in the papers, they calling them UN niggas. And people are acting like they're Indian and they're really not. And then they get found out later. An example would be like the guy that said he was an Israelite from Africa. His name was Labogala. And you can look him up. He's the one that came here and said he wrote a book called The African Savage. And he talked about the Africans and Naomi, the Jews there. They came 70 AD. And long story short, we find out that this dude was born in Baltimore and this nigga was a fucking rapist. And he died in Attica jail. But why was he doing that? Fuck this shit that he did. Why were they doing that? So once I understood why Elijah did what he did, why Fraud did what he did, I was able to accept it. But I like what it says at the top. The answers to these questions are near correct. That means that not all of that is 100. You are the one who have to answer those questions. You got to show how you the original man. You got to show how you fit that. And I like it because I'm able to not be confined to one ideological thought, and I have to see it that way. To me, that feels like a spiritual jail to me. If you telling me that this is my book, and everything in this book is exactly what it's supposed to be, and everything that's outside of this is wrong, I can't do that. So that's why I did it.
Yeah. All right, I can respect that. I'm gonna jump in and say this as well. So far, what you're saying, I can't find anything to disagree with. I just want to put that for the record, right? I do agree that the term Asiatic is not a term that is, descriptive of us, right? It's a borrowed term, right? It comes into existence at a much later time. We were here long before that term. If we check the facts on the origin of that term, it really doesn't relate to us. I get it. I understand that. We're on the same page. However, I just want to get, we New York, Rabon. Literally, everybody on the live right now is New York. Glacier Don is from New York. You from New York. I'm from New York, right? So as New Yorkers, what we say, we live in a busy city. We don't got time. We just want to get straight to the point. So I'm gonna go straight to the point with you. Do you think that the key to Black liberation is an admixture of us dealing with economics and as well as connecting to some kind of true spirituality that actually fits and describes us? Or do you think our key alone is economics alone and there is no spirituality?
I'm gonna say spirituality might have to be added onto it because we never saw a time where we didn't do it. When did that happen? When do we not do it? So it depends on what attaches to you as a person, So when I look at the African traditions, and one of the first things these Black people built over here was mutual aid society, like Free African Society, African Union Society. Those things were based off of West African spiritual systems. And that's the first thing we built. And that was dealing with taking care of the community, the way it's set up. So, yeah, know what I mean, you're going to have to deal with that because the brother said something earlier. In order to join all of these organizations, I don't care if you want to be a Freemason, an Odd Fellow, you have to show good character, bro. You have to be an upstanding, moral person. That's the purpose of it, so that it can build you up as a person. I mean, so if you want to take your doctrine, though, I'm on it like Malcolm X is. Keep your religion between you and your God. We don't have to proselytize this because we're never gonna accept it. People gonna say Islam, Allah is this and this not. Ain't going nowhere with that, bro. What we can look at is what is the principles that is in this book that we can all unite around. We're not gonna deny any of the moral code. Anybody that does that is a fucking fool. We're not gonna deny specific things that wisdom that could actually be applied to your life today. But what we dealing with right now, that book is telling you that you are facing the enemy. And how do you deal with this enemy? And how you should live within this enemy. Some people have different methods of how you carry it out. But the reality of the situation is, we the people, I'm calling us the gods, are the ones who supposed to put this pain in. So I don't care where you getting it from, but it has to have some morals. It has to have that. No morals, you can't be driven by money.
That's a crucial point, and let me jump on this, Rob. That's a crucial point in what you're saying, because anybody that says we should just follow economics alone is somebody that is not aware that, all right, we've seen templates in the community for people that just deal in economics, and what usually happens is they let us down. I'm sorry to say this, y'all. Some of y'all gonna turn this channel off when I say it, but a lot of us love Dr. Umar. But God damn it, man, y'all, if we don't start waking up and ask questions where all this money that we send to him going, we lost in the sauce. The brother's powerful in his respect. He has great ideas for how we can liberate ourselves, but he has very poor transparency for how people are supporting to build a school that is for the community that he gets a whole attitude about. Then you got Brother Polite. Shout out to Polite. I always say, as much as people see me go at Polite, I'm one of very few people that will still say, yo, he's a very intelligent dude. Just because you disagree with some of the shit he say, don't mean you got to say he's stupid or he's done. Polite will blow smoke on a lot of people in a lot of conversations. The brother is very well versed. However, he also has a lot of issues when it comes to money. You just Google his name and you can see those issues. So I'm glad that Rob Owen pointed out that you can't say economics alone. You have to have some morality, because if you don't have morality yet you're talking economics, what's going to happen is you're going to have appointed leaders that's going to be abusing the way that you support them financially. So this is getting to a greater point, Rob Owen. So watch this. You understand, now that you're making it clear for us, because we don't get to hear you talk like this, and you probably perhaps don't get to hear me or others talk like this as well. Now that we can hear you pronounce that you do believe that morality plays a factor in its liberation, here comes the question now. With all of these people that have different ideologies, right? What do you think is the best approach in, dealing with the issue of morality on the table, right? Because we obviously know everybody's coming in with different doctrines. Jabari's going to say, follow the 42 laws of Ma'at. Zion in the Hebrew community is going to say, it's the Torah, right? Tazariak going to say, it's white Jesus. I'm playing. Shout out to Captain Kataza. Yo, I don't play, man. I don't play. But yo, real talk, Rob One. When we all behind closed doors and we all finally say, you know what, rather than continue to hustle it backwards, because that's what we're doing. I agree with you. All the time I spend on Suma, believe me, Rob One, I would rather be talking about something else. All the time I talk about the Bible openly, believe me, even that conversation after a while becomes mute. I'd rather live what I'm into than be out here professing it. But the reason why I feel the need to defend my culture and my position is because it's being attacked so much. I think that we hustle backwards, attacking each other more. I think we could be more proactive if we were more concerned with, okay, it's obvious we all disagree on areas of morality, but how about we agree on this? Follow those things in your tradition that are universally accepted that we all agree with. That puts us all in the same room. That allows us to come together and then say, all right, brothers, how do we build financially? How do we police our communities? And how do we get this shit together? What's your thoughts on that, Rabbi?
Yeah, I mean, we need a black agenda, bro. And now that's gonna be a problem because I use the word black. You know what I'm saying? So we need an agenda,
No,
right?
I feel you.
And
I feel you.
there's no sense of recreating the institutions because you have the people that are Bible believers, moral believers, all of them around. But this agenda is dealing with these specific people. I'm saying, and the people who look like me, you, or whoever else. So those people are gonna have to have morals coming from that aspect. And those who are the best at what they do, these ideas need to be brought forth. And the last time we saw this black agenda was in 1971 in Gary, Indiana. And that was our last time where all of our leaders came together for the Black Power Conference. And the people who might think like we think, that say like, listen, we don't want to integrate. We don't give a fuck about your Democrat. We don't care about this. We want our own political party. We want national independence. We are a nation within a nation. And this is the only way we're going to move. However, what happened is the new Democratic Party, the new caucus, and all of these people are getting back and getting money, and they're going to this thing and they're throwing them under the bus. They saying all type of shit, and they decided to leave. And those people became our leaders. Those became your Jesse Jacksons. Those became all them other niggas that we see today right now. So, like, how do we avoid that from happening? Ain't they supposed to have morals? Don't they believe in the Bible? Aren't they reverends? Don't they have doctors by their name? Ain't some of them people with imams? So, like, a time is gonna have to come where a line's gonna have to be drawn, and the only way you can use the Bible for this or prophecy, whatever you want to use, is gonna be a calamity, and that calamity is gonna cause the people to see who the enemy really is. And when that happens, hopefully the people who are in the background, who are part of these institutions, will organize them so they can seize the time. But we need this social media because this is how we get destroyed in popular culture. We need to utilize these avenues to talk about these things. Now, me, like, it don't matter what spiritual point you lead. Like, this is what I tell people. I hope you know that I'm anti-Kemet. I don't think you know that. I don't think you know that, but you're going to know today. Everything that dudes talk about the Bible with spooky shit is in Kemet. You niggas got an afterlife. You do all of that. Anything in any African position, you going to find some spiritual shit. Niggas say they can talk to the dead. You got divination. Cannot prove any of that. All of these people say that life began where they was at. If I'm a Yoruba, Ifa, all humankind belong. No, that ain't true. So that's letting you know that that's a part of evolution, bro. And people gonna make up some things that support them and venerate what they do. With that being said, that agenda is gonna include those morals that we agree on because we are looking at an order of a world that has produced nothing but heartache and pain. So them churches
Would
gonna
you
disappear.
would you agree? Would you agree with the statement, Rabon, that the truth of anybody's conviction is showed in their works? In other words, we know that your conviction is true if your works are valid and solid. How do you feel about that statement?
Yeah, but those works and those things, that's a hard path.
All
And
right. So with
everybody ain't like that. Like for
all
instance,
right.
right? I don't know your background with your family, but I think you was born into what you was born into. You ask any person who your grandmother is and what they are, they go to the church. Do they know what we know about the Bible? Can they tell you who a Canaanite is, who a Hittite is? Can they? No, they can't tell you none of that. They're only there for the moral support. That's it. What's the good word today that I can use today to get me forward today? They don't care about that shit. They're not talking about what's the oldest book in the Bible, did the Exodus have. They're not having them conversations, bro. They uniting on this spiritual aspect. And the way that they worship is similar to African religion. They might say they catching the Holy Ghost, that shit African. You might be doing the ring short shout, that shit African. It's the way that we do it.
All right, let me ask you a question, Rabon, because with everybody that come on the platform, I always say I'm gonna check their temperature and what they believe now or once believed. So you might laugh when I ask the question, but I'm gonna ask you a simple question. What's today's math?
You today's math. You today's math is born. Born to be able to be from off into existence twice, mentally as well as physically. And that born could be something that took you out of a specific path that you was living into another way. You know,
Excellent,
and it's
brother.
a process, and it's a process. Because you
Excellent.
have to do specific things before you get there.
Excellent. I asked you that question because I know that when people truly live something, it becomes a part of them. So let me just straight go for it, man. You said earlier that when you first was more aware about this whole Bible thing and like the Israelite groups, that at first you was like, forget the whole Bible. I don't care about none of it. But then you said, I had to backtrack because when I look back, the Black church was doing a lot of work. Like the early Pan-Africanists in this country were all part of the Black church. Let me ask you a question, man. Would the Hebrew Israelites in particular, right, be wrong, right, for continuing to move in the direction with the Bible, knowing that when they had a Pan-African base, it was successful?
You said would they be wrong?
Yeah. In other words, I'm an Israelite that's a Pan-African, right? I believe in Africa and her ideologies, right? I describe the culture of the Bible as an African culture. I acknowledge that Israel is an Iron Age nation. They are not the deepest in antiquity. We're not Bronze Age. I know we are not the first. The Bible even tells you Israel is not the first nation or civilization. The Bible says, in fact, we were the last. So the Bible is transparent about these things. But what I'm saying to you is our ancestors in this country, right? They were able to effectively use the moral doctrine in the Bible. Forget about whether or not these people existed. We obviously disagree on that. But we have some common sense, Rabon. We know that our ancestors followed and combined the moral fiber of those teachings and were able to bridge it with Pan-Africanist thoughts and ideations to build things that we're benefiting from today. So what I'm saying to you is the Israelite community wrong to continue that effort so long as the Pan-African base is there?
Well, it depends, right? Because the majority of America is Christian, not Israelite, right? So, and I'm specifically meaning about the Black community. So, if I was to fast forward and look at the girl that killed that dude in Texas, I never, in my life, as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, I never seen a judge come behind the fucking desk and give somebody a Bible and say, I feel sorry, here's a hug. I never saw a black man, as in Michael Brown, who's a part of the Black church, get in front of the goddamn TV and tell the people, nah, we're going to leave it in God's hands. So these are the people that they put in front of us. That same ideology is the same ideology when the book was given to us to teach us to be a specific way, right? To accept the way of the things that are going on. But once we began to read, we said, hold up, this Bible don't say that black people is a curse of God. You lied. This Bible don't say that we supposed to be subservient to you. You lied. You a fake Christian. That's the word of David Walker. You a fake ass Christian. So they join Masonry and they join these things. But you have to understand this. They stopped us and tortured us. You from Jamaica. They still have the law that bans obey are being practiced there. But you will let Christianity flourish. So it's a catch-22 because for me, historically, the ideological framework of why we are here in America is those rabbis who wrote the Genesis Bible, who misinterpreted on purpose the story of Canaan, and it went on to the Muslims, and them niggas enslaved us based off of this shit. The Quran never said it, and the Bible never says that. But those are the leaders who put this forward. So I can't erase that stain. That is a historical fact. But if we can unite on these principles, it's kind of hard for me to see that today. And what it is, what I'm meaning by that, I'm looking at all of these leaders. You live here, bro. Look around you. Look at Chicago. There's a church, like 1,400 churches over there, bro. Mad at them shit. They not doing nothing. But back then, those people with the church, I always say that Hebrew Israelites start with William Founding Crowley in America. You don't agree with me with that, but that's what I go with. They start building the Church of God of Christ store, the Church of God of Christ community. Everything they went, all you see is the community. You talk about Toaster, you see Gurley, he starts the AME church there. Every community, you hear Seneca Village, you Brooklyn, where you at? Oh, Weeksville. That's a whole different pattern. I don't see that pattern coming from Israelites. I don't see the Israelite corner store. I don't see the Israelite vegetable store. I don't see the Israelite real estate block. I don't see that. I'm saying, so like, this is what I mean by agenda. That agenda has to be put forward to all of the people who have all these faiths and get back on code. So since you guys are the staunch people who like, nigga, listen, we about this action, they need to be put under pressure, bro, because they not following the book. So you know, I know it's kind of weird what I'm saying, because it's like a catch-22.
I think a lot of us are hearing what you're saying perfectly clear. And if you're looking at the chat room, a lot of people are feeling what you're saying. Mikha'EL, what's your thoughts on what he's saying, my brother?
Man, the brother is deep. I appreciate everything you're saying. And do y'all hear me well? Do you hear me well?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. Yeah, I can hear you. This thing is breaking up crazy. Every time I ain't talking out here static, I was hearing static the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with him to a certain degree. I'm not gonna say I totally agree with him, but I'm gonna say this. There's a whole lot of disrespect happening within the Israelite community. Just going back to what you were saying, Zion, and how, you know, you have one brother that totally disrespects another Israelite, you know, when we should be really coming together. You know, I sit back and I watch, you know what I mean, and I learn a whole lot about it, you know what I'm saying, by paying attention to the debates, you know, but when you got people like what's the little cat that was on Sinetta channel the other day, man, the little white boy Syrian cat.
Vocab Malone, the Calvinist.
Yeah, Vocab Malone. You know what I'm saying? You got cats like that that's, you know what I'm saying, that they really got a hard on for the Israelite community. You know what I'm saying? And when you out here just being disrespectful, not only to, you know, other Israelites, but to the Most High Yah, you know what I'm saying? You giving them all the firepower that they need to be able to come onto a platform like that, to be able to further their agenda, to continuously to, you know, to break down what we're trying to build here. And then on the flip side of it, we're not building the community, because everybody is about self, from how I'm looking at it. Because like you were saying, if it's not about ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that. It's, you know, we Israelites. You know what I'm saying? We in this thing together, and I'm not going to disrespect you in no kind of way. But, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I mean? You're going to have to do what you got to do. You feel me? But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, within our community, you know what I'm saying, we're not really living up to what the word says, because when we're looking at the scripture is telling us that our tithes and our offerings was food, drinks, you know what I'm saying? We bring it all together, everybody sharing alike. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that. Ain't nobody bringing nothing to the table to help and build the support to create an autonomous system. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no stores like he's saying. I'm online all day trying to find some clothing spots so I can buy me some gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go get me some food. I can't find no spots. I'm going to the Kemetic spots. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the Africans, and I'm going to these other little Jewish spots getting food. Where my people's at? You know what I'm saying? So if we not in it together, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like, we got a long ways to go. We've come a long way, because just through my studies, just through looking at some of the history that I'm discovering, You know what I'm saying? Like the whole understanding of the Israelites and us as a people that's being told in the scripture is before the 1900s. You know what I'm saying? These people was talking about it back in the 18 and 1700s. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, are the Native Americans Israelites? Are they the lost tribes of Israel? So this conversation has been going on for a very long time. James Adder, he traveled the whole United States in the southern parts, you know what I'm saying, just learning and figuring out, you know what I'm saying, is this really, you know what I'm saying, the lost tribes of Israel? What does he find? He finds that, you know, you got the Yamasees, you got the Cherokee Indians, and they all worshiping Yahweh, Yehovah. That's what they called them, Yehovah. You know what I'm saying? So this is not new, you know what I'm saying? But we continuously having the same conversations, but we're not getting past the last conversation. What are we gonna do with it? We making donations, we sending bread to people's channels or whatnot, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, we got to do our studies, we got to do our research, but what are we really building? Do we own any land? Can we offer somebody a crib? You know what I'm saying? What are we really doing for our community? Our people are still suffering. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of knowledge when it comes to health, but you know, where the hospitals at? You know what I'm saying? How are we really serving our people? Just getting on YouTube and giving people some good conversations around what we learned, that's really great. I feel that. I love it. I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate Zion for what he do, because you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for some of the things that he was teaching, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Matter of fact, I got to get into your class real soon. But that's my take on it.
Oh yeah. So my bad. I have my mic on mute. Salute to you for that, man. That was powerful. I totally agree with every single thing you said. Glacier Don, you want to jump in and say something, Hawk?
Yeah. You know I'm on my boy Rob Bourne. So this is what I want to tell the homie. Like, I'm from Red Hook, you know, and knowing that, you know that at least half of the so-called black people and Hispanics that's in Staten Island, they came from like Red Hook, Gowanus, and different parts of BK and whatnot. So I think I'm a little older than you. So I was like born into the 5% nation, like right on my block, like all the buildings, everybody there, everybody was 5%. I come from the era when if you didn't know that math that Zion asked you, that was a beat down on your sneakers took. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was back in the day. So I said all that to say this. Like in my studies and whatnot, but what I saw the 120-degree lessons, basically, it's like a light framework. It's like it's basic in his knowledge. And when you really start studying and when you really get into the Torah and the different esoteric books that come along with the Israelite way of life, what you're gonna find out is that stuff really all come from the scriptures, bro. And it's like somebody told me that a long time ago. I kind of brushed it to the side. But as I kept on studying Islam, getting deep into the 5% nation, I was like, why am I keep studying all of this stuff? I should go to the source of it. So what I'm telling you is that the Torah is the source, bro. I'm gonna just say that flat out. And I just wish and I pray that you sit down with somebody so that they can really put you on your feet, because you're definitely a smart bro. And I've been knowing you for a minute, being up on YouTube. We don't know each other personally, but I've seen you a lot of times, like before all these little these channels started popping up, before it was even like that. Like before all these people had these channels and whatnot, we be in all the same chats and whatnot. So I've been familiar with you for a few years and whatnot. But that's what I pray that you do, bro, because you would definitely be powerful in this. For real. You a power already. You got knowledge, for sure. But what I'm telling you, on the real, all this knowledge, as far as the 5%, all of that stuff, Islam, all of it is hijacking their knowledge from the Torah, bro. All of them. So that's really all I got to say about that.
Facts, man. I mean, I'm enjoying this bill. You know, when I seen Rob Bourne in the back chat, I didn't know that I was giving him the link. I didn't know his email. So when I seen his name on the screen, I said, yeah, let's let him in, man, because we not the type of people where we can't have dialogues. You know what I'm saying? Dialogues are healthy. Like, we can't say that we are the chosen of the Most High, but we are contentious about being around certain people and talking to certain people. This is what it's going to call for. The only problem is I'm going to hope that we continue the same energy tomorrow. I'm hoping that Brother Rob Bourne would invite us on his channel and say, yo, I'm not allowing nobody to disrespect Zion and his religious or spiritual views. Let's talk some sensible ideas about how we could build. You know, I didn't allow, and you guys certainly didn't give Rob Bourne any bad energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that this is proof that, you know, we're not on here acting crazy and, you know, just weird. Like, nah, we are real people. Most of us on this right now, we grown with big kids. Like, we ain't got time for no games. Let me add Rob Bourne back in. We grown with big kids, and we don't got no time for no games. You know, so I'm glad. What I was saying, Rob Bourne, in your absence, is that when I saw you in the back chat, I didn't know your email, so I didn't realize I was giving you the link. But I said when I saw your name, I was very glad that it was you, because you expect that because we disagree. And when I say you, I mean the community. The community expects that because we got disagreements that we shouldn't be able to build. Like, that shit is crazy to me. That shit is weird to me. Like I was saying to the brothers in your absence, what would be weird to me is if we don't continue this energy tomorrow. Like, Rob Bourne, invite one of us to your platform and make sure nobody on your platform disrespect us. Let's have a sensible build. Why the hell every time we come together, it's always, you know, trying to tear down each other? We know what the hell we disagree on. Most of us know certain people ain't never changing their information, even when they find out they're incorrect. We know that, Rob Bourne. So that means because we grown and we know that, the next best thing is, all right, brothers, how we gonna deal with these goddamn beasts that's smacking the shit out of our women and killing our brothers? How are we gonna deal with the fact that most of us are so dependent on the same America we bang on financially? And Glacier Don was saying something to you, Rob Bourne. Glacier, you might want to say it again because I don't think he caught you.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, Rob.
You can hear me now? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Word. Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, I was just giving a little background on myself. You know, I'm from Red Hook. And a lot of people that's out there on Staten Island, like the blacks and Hispanics, they mostly came from like Brooklyn and whatnot, Red Hook, Gowanus, or whatever. And I came up. I was basically born into the 5% Nation. So I know a lot about that since like I was like 4 or 5 years old. And my pops told me, he was like, it's great that you're doing all this studying and whatnot. You're going through these different religions, 5% Nation, the Nation of Islam, regular Islam, Hinduism. I just was studying all that stuff. And what I came to find out, what he told me was that it was all going to lead me back to the scripture. And it took about 15 years after that, after he told me that, and I found out it was the truth. A lot of that stuff that's in the 120-degree knowledge is really stripped from the Bible. Islam, it tears from the Bible, period. It couldn't even exist without the Bible. So I just told myself that, you know, maybe I should go to the source of this. And that's what I did. So basically what I'm telling you is that what we spoke on earlier, I hope that if there's a day that you sit down with a true Israelite and just go over some things. Not saying that, you know, somebody's going to change your mind or anything, but there's definitely, you know, some things that you may have misconstrued and may do you better to speak to somebody that's more knowledgeable. So that's all I'm saying, because you're definitely a smart brother, very intelligent. I've been familiar with you for years, actually, even though we never spoke. We had like on different little chat rooms and stuff like that. We came across each other and whatnot, and I always had a healthy respect for you. So I just hope and pray that one day that can happen for you.
No, that's cool. And just to add on to what you were saying, interesting that you say that. So like when you looking at the base of that whole culture, you gotta look at the NOI. And there's a bunch of lessons that I have that I'm privy to have that a lot of people don't have. And it's interesting when you look at what this man Farah Muhammad was teaching. And he has
Right.
a degree called the birthright question. And how that basically starts out is God is man, and he is the God of his environment, and he inherits the things of his ancestors, and he must add on to it. So, there are verses that are in the Bible, whatever. But if we look at the whole 1 to 10, besides the 10th question, that's the only thing that mentions the Bible. And then that's going to put you in the flim flam because it gives you a date. And that's talking about something. That's another conversation. If we look at the 1 to 36 that comes next, nothing there. That's really talking about the slave trade. Now, when you get to the 1 to 14, now that's where we get into the. When we get to that, then you're talking about he's exchanging Musa, the story of Musa. So you'll have that. That's Moses, right? You'll have Jesus. He has that in that lesson. That's talking about that. That's our brother. So that's in there. Then when you leave that, ain't really nothing else there. Then you get to the 1 to 40, right? Then you'll
Yeah.
have Ezekiel verse 3:18, right? You'll have that there. You'll have that first question, which is interesting. Who made the Holy Quran, the Bible? How long ago? When you tell us about Islam renews its history every 25,000 years. The Holy Quran, the Bible, was made by the original man who was Allah, the supreme being, black man of Asia. So now that puts that's like a taking control of a narrative, and where if you was a part of that, it's something that always told us, or what the Father told us. He told us that you never take none of this on face value. So can I prove today that the black man wrote that Bible? I'm gonna say no, because originally it was no Bible. There was no verses. Who put that together? Who did that? So that's where that history comes into play. So for me, I'm more of a historian. So when I approach these things, even when I build with the God, they talk to me about Yaku, I'll be like, Yaku's not real. They'll have a hard time. You say for God? Nah, son, it's a myth. Prove it. Prove to me that there was a place on Patmos that this took place. Let's look at the archaeology. How long ago would this happen? Now, can I make it relatable to things like Elijah did? We got to look at the source. He said that Yaku is Jacob. He said that.
Right. Yeah.
That's the source.
Yeah.
But however, again, on the top of that lesson, it says the answer to these questions are near correct, and that's a whole long story, and it goes deep as far as how theology works in America, amongst Black America, because he has a person who was Farah Muhammad's secretary. Her name is Sharif Bernstein Muhammad. She is a jet black woman. Nobody never talks about this woman. He named her the Reformer. This is before Elijah Muhammad. And then he has women named Allah, like Sarah Allah, when they had their school in Detroit with 8,000 followers and they came to take it over. These women is leading it, fighting the fucking police. Hold on. I thought that it was only one Allah. Why are you naming people Allah? So, it's a whole different thing. But I get what you're saying. His objective was to use the, but I don't think that is all based on that, because the primary focus is that man is God, and that the devil is man, and that there's no heaven and there's no hell. But that could be in the Bible as well. You could look at it that way, but it depends on your interpretation of Sheol or however you want to do that. But yeah, I get what you're saying, and I just wanted to add on because the brother was building and he was talking about the Native Americans and all these things. These are the fundamental issues that I have with Brother Zion and most Hebrews, because when you go to say that majority of us are those people, that's when I have a problem with that, because I'm
Whoa,
looking.
whoa, 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 whoa. I don't mean to jump in, bro. You said Lex, as far as like saying like Indians or Israelites. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I wasn't. My whole thing was I said that majority of black people in America are Hebrew Israelites. That's what I said, and Native Americans. I put them in there too. And here's the reason why. I love cosmology, so I'm real in tune with reading what the people wrote for themselves. So if I'm looking at the Bonaparte morals, I have it. I don't know how to read that. I'm going off of the translations that was given to me. Maybe some could be wrong or whatever. But I'm looking at their creation stories. I'm looking at the people who left writings. I'm looking at the codexes. And there is some similarities through all African cultures that I could find something in there. Especially the
Right.
way how they view black and how they see God as a spirit and not a man or woman. And there's a whole bunch of things that you can see and make relations to it. Does that mean, though, that it came from there? So I look at what the black people say for themselves in America. So I know that Gabriel Processor, the person who did that, tried to do that revolt, he was the first one that say that he is Israelite in America, that I know of. I ain't found nobody before him. He said that. And when I look at the other people, and then you'll get into Israel Hill, right? And then you'll get into, okay, what was their church? They had a church there. They were Baptists. They wasn't speaking in Hebrew. They wasn't doing any of that. So then you look at these things, and then I look at all of the people that come after them, and I look at how they identify with the Bible and the story, and they looked at it as a form of hope. They looked at the story of Exodus as that. This is why you'll have Harriet Tubman being called Moses. This is why Marcus Garvey has his middle name. This is why all of these people will adopt these specific things. But when I look at when we begin to create our free black communities, when we're doing it for ourselves, the first thing we make, 1780, Newport Gardner, you can look the name up. He makes the African Union Society. He talks about the African slave trade. He knew his language, and he's representing his black community. When I look up Prince Hall, he comes next. Mr. Barbados in the building, he comes next, and he says the same thing. And I'm looking at Martin Delaney, I'm looking at their works, and I'm looking at what they're saying, and I'm like, yo, why is all these people that become part of these Masons, they all say that all of the prophets are black. They all say all of this. But it's only them who do that, not the average churchgoer. It's like it's something that they learning that not privy to everybody else. And Marcus Garvey and Martin Delaney said it. So I'm saying this to be real short. When I look at all of the organizations that we created for ourselves in America, when we get to a specific point, and I'm going to always stop at William Soundings Crowley, he's the one who identified black people specifically as being a part of these tribes. Then you'll have Frank Cherry. Then he comes in. He's the one who comes with the Palestine. He comes with that. Then you'll have, Josiah Ford. Then you have Ben Levy. Then you'll have another person, Hezekiah. He mixed that Moorish, Zionist temple, whatever that is. And there's another individual that spoke. I can't remember his name off my head, but that was like a pure black Judaism. There was no mixture of Christianity, Masonics, or Messianic Christianity mixed with it. So I don't have a problem with it. If you're saying that it's your faith and that's what it is, the only problem I have with Black Hebrew Israelite theology is when you say that all of us are these people. When I just want to see the records, I don't have a problem with it. But then that's like erasing everything we did. If we look at all our revolts, I'm gonna stick to New York because Zion said this is New York, 1712. What you have? You have Peter the Doctor. What he doing? He dealing with Obeah. You have the first black gangs that's in America. You know what I mean? 1741. Before Prince Hall, they called themselves Black Freemasons. That's right here, Zion, right in that African burial ground. Open the book trip right there. We calling ourselves Long Street Boys, Jersey Boys. That these were Maroons and revolutionaries, and they're describing what they're doing. They saying these people are Chromanti. These people are this. They're doing this magic shit. We got to stop them from doing this magic shit. It's making them act crazy. Get these niggas out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, it's hard for me to accept it, bro. I'm just being real, just looking at history. And I'm looking at the Gullah Wars, that is misnomer that the Seminole Wars. These people, they beat the European ass that for like damn near 40 odd years. They going all the way to Florida. They in St. Augustine, they banging. And what do we call the dude? What's his name? Francisco Menendez. He describes himself as a Mandingo. So like it's hard for me to accept that. It's hard for me to say that majority of us is that, but that's another conversation. The point that Zion is on at that point, I think is the real conversation. What morals can we take and look at these people? Yeah, nigga, hate the Bible all you want. This nigga Lewis Hayden was a gangster. He ran in the courtroom in 1850, shot some niggas up. I mean, beat these people up to free the black people. They didn't ask you what tribe you was. They didn't ask you what God you was. They didn't care. They had a different mentality, man. And I'm gonna stop here. Those people that was in the north, where we from right now, they all was working. They was free. They had a chance to go to Africa. They had a chance to go. They all decided to stay here and free their black people, bro. That shit is the most gangster shit that I ever fucking heard of. And them niggas all said Jesus is God. I can't. What am I gonna do with that? Throw them niggas away. They believed in that shit. Whatever they did that moved on, I'm happy they did it. But we need examples. Zion said it. We need examples.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna interject and to bring up, right? If we look at the success of our ancestors in the past, Rabon, right? All of our revolutionary ancestors in the past, to be very bold and blunt, the common denominator in their background was in fact the Bible. And I know you're aware of that, right? They were Pan-Africanists in their view, right? They knew and loved Africa, and they knew that Africa's culture and ideology was key as determining an end goal for us in this diaspora. They knew and they understood that. But the ironic thing, though, Rabon, is that the reality is they all definitely did have the Bible as their common denominator. So I definitely get why you respect the Bible in that respect, because you do acknowledge, and this is honestly my first time ever hearing you say this. You do acknowledge that these leaders, these very influential leaders, they definitely had the Bible as their common denominator. So that makes it kind of tough for you to jump on them. And I respect you for saying that. So that's why it led me to say, rather than us focus on, we disagree with what the Bible says, we disagree with that, instead of doing endless videos and that, how about we start to meet up and do videos like this? Yo, Zion, did you check out what's going on in Chicago right now? A group of brothers put some money together and they acquired some land. We could do that shit right here in New York. Why don't we spend our times more proactive, is what I'm saying.
That's gangster, bro. Like I don't got no issue with that. And I'm just gonna add one more point to that, right? Now, black people who decided to go back to Africa, like to Libya or Liberia and Sierra Leone, they wanted to go back there because they wasn't getting their rights. And this goes back to what we talking about. At some time, we got to draw the line. They said that they felt that we will never get our rights here. The majority of the black community said no. We fought in the Revolutionary War. We're gonna give them another chance. Then you fight in the war in 1814, and you come back, nigga, and you're going through the same shit. So we ain't got to keep going down the line. You get the point, right? But here's something very interesting. What happens when they go back to Liberia? They call the African savages. And that word at that time means a person who does not believe in the Bible. So they looked at those people as backwards, and their objective was to give them Christianity. So they became missionaries. But they had another goal to stop those people from selling slaves. So they was like, yo, listen, man, take this Jesus, blah, blah, blah. We're going to help you build this, that, and the third. But, yeah, you're going to have to do this, because anything that you're doing right now, that shit ain't right in exact. You need to do this. However, yeah, you niggas also got to stop selling slaves. And they wasn't feeling that. They like, niggas, stop selling slaves. Get these niggas out of here. Then they start calling them black Europeans. So, this is what I mean by the catch-22. Once you accept the doctrine, no matter whatever it is, and you believe in it wholehearted, you will be, some majority of the people will look at anybody else as being wrong. Now, how are you basing that on? Are you basing it off on people being cannibals? Are you basing it off of people raping people? Are you basing it off of people's moral conduct? That's kind of not what they were doing. They were just saying, because you ain't believe in Jesus, you a savage. So this is the catch-22 that I have with this. I see the good and I see the bad. So I have these conversations all the time. My whole channel that we on is only about the last 500 years in history. that means that we got to talk about Moors, we got to talk about Israelites, we got to talk about all the shit that everybody did to advance black people. And we the only channel that do that. Nobody else does that. I mean, so we try to stay away from the theological shit. No, there's no video on here gonna be about Kemet. Y'all niggas doing that shit too much. Nigga, life went on after Kemet, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Life went on after that shit, bro.
Facts.
And we in
Facts.
a different place now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
So,
man.
I don't know.
Tell you, man.
I don't have that. I don't got the answers out here. I don't got the answer, bro. I don't. That's just
Most-
my opinion, bro.
Most of us don't, man, which is why this is such a dope bill, because the reality is, right, the answers that our ancestors ever came up with stem from bills like this, right? Us in our right consciousness, our right frame of mind, sharing great ideas, and first having enough respect for each other to say, yo, I know I definitely disagree with his spiritual or religious views, but yo, let me hear the brother out to see what else is going on there. And then, yo, Rabon, you'd be amazed, brother, how much that revolutionizes your respect for a person, man. You know what I'm saying? When you just pull back and be like, you know what? When he talked that Israelite stuff or when he talked that chemist stuff, he definitely sound crazy to me. But me putting that aside to have another conversation with him, I got to respect him more. That's what I'm talking about more. That's what I'm actually more interested in. But instead, I feel compelled as an Israelite with so many years doing this, Rabon. Like me and Rabon is the same age, y'all. Rabon, you 79, right?
79.
All right, we both 79, so we the same exact age. You came into 5% at 15. I came into the Israelite age at 14. So that's the same goddamn time. We were so young. The information was powerful. But I'm sure you had experiences where you looked at some of your elders and you was like, the information is great, but homie right here don't really live it. And I can tell you right now, I got examples in my community too. Right? Right? All facts.
Yeah.
All facts. I got examples in my community too, right? And then to put myself on the chopping block, right? I'm not always the best Israelite that I feel I could be. I don't always follow the 613 laws in the best way I know I can. And I'm not as audible on YouTube about that, but everybody who takes classes with me, of which we have about 50% of the chat room that does, they could tell you, yo, Zion ain't playing. He be airing out his dirty laundry. And the reason why I do it is because I believe that there's people like us that have broken passes that can come and bring out stories. Like I could talk about Spofford. A lot of people can't talk about Spofford, but I can. I've been there. I could talk about Rikers Island in the early 90s. I've been there. What I can't
Purple
talk
side,
about is up
nigga.
north.
Purple side, green side. Purple side, green side. Nigga,
I could tell you about C74, and I could tell you what I made the day dummies do. The day room dummies. I could tell you what I made them do, right? But I'm not necessarily proud about those stages in my life. But Rabon, I got to tell you, I'm honored that I went through certain things because I know it made me a better man because I've seen certain things, right? The only experience that I never had was up north. I've never been up north as a prisoner. I've been up north as a visitor, but I've never been up north as a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? But I respect these people that been through those halls because the reality is most of them you could trust more than people holding a Bible or people holding the 42 laws of Ma'at to give it all the way real. I trust those type of people.
Because if you not keeping them laws, bro, if you ain't keeping them laws, I don't care what it is you doing. That's why you see a lot of them people with that stuff on their face. It's not because they was gangsters. Nah, son, you violated them codes, bro.
Fact.
It's a true story.
Fact, man. Listen, man, I appreciate this bill like a mother, but it is getting late, fellas. But Rabon, man, I really do welcome to have another bill with you, and I would love, and I know me and you personally know, and we'll probably talk about this more behind the scenes. But me and you personally know that I probably had an issue with a female that was part of your camp, right? The sister from MBK.
Oh, who's that?
Right. You said who was that?
Yeah,
you know,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Okay.
And I would love to make that right wrong because, you know, to be honest, you know, I'm team Israelite. She was screaming Pan-Africanism, and we had disagreements in an online chat room. Right. It didn't have to get to the point where we throwing stones at each other. I don't hate the sister. I'm sure she don't know me enough to personally hate me. So I'm setting it up to say this to you. We enjoyed your bill on this platform, brother. And I hope that I have an open invitation to come on your platform without being badgered, to have a genuine conversation, because the brothers on this platform, nobody's attacking you. Nobody's trying to say you pseudo. We just want to hear what it is that you believe that could work for us. Let's build on that. I'm hoping I have that kind of invitation on your platform, Rabon, because I certainly will continue to give you that kind of invitation on my platform.
Yeah, that's the build. The build is really only about what black people do. Besides now, I'm on a mission now. I'm banging on Aboriginal, so I'm turned up right now. So
I'm definitely against them as well. Anybody that denies the transatlantic slave trade is out their mind. So I'm with you 100% on that. I'm with you 100%
Other than
on
that,
that.
that's cool, man. And I'm still mad at you, though, bro. You know why I'm mad at you, my nigga. I'm still mad, son. You made me put some slides together.
No. You said this more than once, so you got to say it publicly. Why you mad, brother?
Listen, man. We supposed to debate on Friday, bro. I sat there, made them 60 motherfucking slides, then I had another 60. That's 120. I said I'm gonna have to come with 120. And that shit didn't happen, son. That shit got me mad, son.
What's the topic?
Hebrew Israelite, the Hebrews in America.
Are we as African Americans and Afro Caribbeans, are we the Hebrews of the Bible? That's what you said? That's the topic?
That's what it was.
If you want to do that, Rob Bourne.
That was our disagreement, because you was like, where's the African culture? And I was like, it's all around. You was like, nah, son. I'm like, yeah, okay.
If you want to do that, Rob Bourne, you know what I'm going to say. Let's do that in person. Let's do this at Sonata Studios.
Yeah. But yeah,
right,
other than that,
I'm giving my word. I'm committed to it.
What's these brothers' names? What's these brothers' names again?
Mikhail, they can tell you.
Yeah, it's Mikhail, fam. And I like what you're talking about with those Gullahs, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my family, because I'm from down south, you know what I'm saying? Like, that whole history is, you know what I'm saying? That's my life, you know what I'm saying? That's where we come from. You know, all those plantations down there, we grew up on those plantations, so I know that like the back of my hand. You ever want to have that conversation?
I just wanted to know who I was talking to.
Yeah.
All right,
Rob Bourne, I mean, I'm not gonna end it. I'm not gonna end the conversation with us being too nice. You're not gonna beat me. You're not gonna beat me doing more pull-ups, bro. I just want to let you know that you're not. And I'm saying this public. And I'm saying this publicly. And I've been out of shape for more than 3 years.
Listen,
Rob Bourne, I also challenge your ass on camera to do some pull-ups with me, brother. I'm saying that publicly. It's for the record. And it's hot out. And it's hot outside.
And Sonata said no. And you know why Sonata said no, son. Son, you can't fuck with me on no pull-ups, bro. If you're not doing 20 clips if you're not doing 20 clips right now, you're in trouble, bro. I told you, man, you can do your... Listen, my Instagram, look, my Instagram page is up to date. This ain't 5 years ago. This ain't 3 years ago. This is right now. Over 425 is on the bench press. Squats is ridiculous.
I seen you.
Muscle ups out of the chain.
To be honest with you, I came across your YouTube page not too long ago, and I seen you getting it. And I even seen you doing a build that I thought. Was kind of dope, right? When you was dropping knowledge and doing pull-ups. I integrated how you integrated the two. I thought that was kind of dope. But I'm gonna say this right now, right? You know, I'm big on competition. Rob Bourne, you cannot beat me in pull-ups, brother. I put my money where my mouth is. Let's also film that on camera. And I guarantee. One thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna admit. I think Rob Bourne is in better shape than me. I'm gonna say that because I haven't been working out like I used to. So he's definitely in better shape. But one thing about me, I'm strong as a rock.
You better go practice, bro.
Rob Bourne will not do more. Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. All the acrobatic shit, all the swinging, Rob Bourne is gonna kill me. I can't do that. But I tell you this: if we put the timer on 5 minutes, I'm gonna do more pull-ups, and I'm gonna do more pull-ups and dips than you in 5 minutes. I guarantee you.
Okay, so this is what we do, right? So this is what we gonna do, right? Check it out. Because you haven't been working out. This is what we gonna do, right? We gonna do man up, man down, right? I do 10 pull-ups, you do 10 pull-ups, I do 10 push-ups. There's no rest in between. If you stop, son, you're done. How's that?
That's fair. That's fair. So, somebody in the comment section
So
said,
man
not
up,
pull-ups.
man up. And it looks bad, Zion, because I weigh 230, bro.
I'm
It
not
looks
gonna say
bad, son. The shit
I'm
that
not
I
gonna
do
say-
when I pull up, the shit that I do when I
Nah, but you gotta
pull up bar, I'm
but you
too
gotta-
tall.
But you got to keep it real, Rob. I give you respect for that, because for your height and what you do, you definitely are strong. I give you respect for that, right? But you know, even though you're 200 pounds, a lot of people haven't seen you in person. I have. You are very much in shape. You know what I'm saying? You're cut. You're very slender, so you carry your weight well. So even though you were 200 pounder, because of your height, you're really gonna always be within that range because of your height. You know what I'm saying? Because of your height. Like a lot of people don't know. How tall are you, Rob? Born like 6'2"?
6'4". 6'4".
Say that again. Say that again.
6'4".
6'4". So watch this. When me and you was at Sarnetta, and Sarnetta took a picture of me and you standing next together, I got a lot of emails from people saying, "Damn, Zion, you short. God damn it, I'm 5'10". This nigga 6'4". Cut it out. But Robon, it's been fun, man. Salute to you. I look forward to debating you for sure, and I look forward to being invited on your platform, brother. And on behalf of the community, we all enjoyed this. I'm not sure if you've been reading the comments, brother, but we enjoyed this.
Yeah,
definitely. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to the chat room for real.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna end the live. Thank you to everybody that supported. Thank you to everybody that showed love. This is what we do, family. I'm gonna have more people join on because I think this was very dope. So I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna have more people join on. With that being said, salute to everybody. Salute to my brother Mikha'EL. Thank you for joining. Glacier Don, you already know. Thank you, my brother. And Rabon, salute to you, brother. Salute to you, man. This was a dope bill. We're gonna end it right here.
You can still hear me? You can hear me still?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't even hear me. Oh, I was saying peace and peace to the two brothers, Mikha'EL and the other brother, no doubt. Definitely peace, man. We can definitely do a build on this history thing, man. Or
yeah, good
maybe
luck
you
too,
might
fam. Peace,
fill in
fam.
the loop
Yep.
on what the
definitely a dope bill.
Israelites
Definitely.
were doing like in the 70s and 60s and shit like that. Y'all might be able to fill in that loop.
All day. For sure. I'm gonna come check your page out, man. I'm gonna come check y'all out, man.
All right. Peace, bro.
All right, y'all. Peace, man. Everybody have a good night.